edition of Wolfpack TV on WIWolfpack.com. Hello everybody, Dan Pfeifer here with you from the Hartmeyer Arena where the Wisconsin Wolfpack played it to the final minute of the game, but were able to pull out a 25-24 win over the Fort Wayne Firehawks in the semifinals of the 2010 CIFL playoffs. Lots to talk about in this edition of Wolfpack TV, but let's send it first to Nicole LeBlanc, who covered the halftime Benevenuto spaghetti eating contest.
I have with me the winner of the Benevenuto Spaghetti Eating Contest. What's your name?
My name is Wesley Hoppy.
All right, he is the two-time defending champion. This is the second time in a row that he has won this contest. Was it as good as it tasted the first time?
Even better. It was delicious.
All right, who are you cheering for tonight?
I'm cheering for the Wisconsin Wolfpack, of course.
All right, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Let's send it right back to Nicole with a guy that we don't get to talk too much on Wolfpack TV, but you hear a lot on the CIFL radio network. The voice of the Wolfpack, Don Wadewitz.
Joining me tonight, I have Don Wadewitz. He is the Director of Communications here for the Wisconsin Wolfpack. Don, for those of us that don't know, what exactly do you do?
Do a lot of things. A lot of it is the communications work, media relations work, sending out press releases, updating the website, creating the website, doing the radio broadcast, keeping in contact with communications with the league. And then I was even out here when the season started, rolling out turf and hanging up boards and all that kind of fun stuff. So, you know, it's minor league sports, and you just kind of do anything that you need to do to get the show going.
All right, well, we're playing the Fort Wayne Firehawks tonight. It's the first game of the playoffs. This team looks like a whole new team. Any comments or thoughts on that?
Well, you know, both us and the Firehawks picked up some players from other teams. You know, we got Brandon Wagaman, Jim Sycon, and Matt Ron from the Chicago Cardinals. They picked up a few guys from the Marion Mayhem who ceased operations, and it's made them that much better. I mean, the last time they were here it was 33-32, goal line stand. I think we expected a pretty tight game, and the low roof here at the Hartmeyer Arena kind of, it's a neutralizer.
All right, well, it's 12 here at halftime. Can you walk us through that last play? The Fort Wayne Firehawks got one right there at the end of the second half.
Yeah, you know, they got deep into our own territory, and they put Tremaine Billy at the fullback position. He's just a great all-around player. He had a nice lead block over to the right side, and then Tolbert just followed right behind him and was just able to get the ball across the goal line, and unfortunately that gave him the lead, and we didn't have a chance to respond.
All right, well, thanks for talking with us, Don.
Thank you.
Back to you, Dan.
Nicole and Don, two of the great voices that are part of the Wolfpack's media combination. Now let's talk a little bit about the game. The 25-24 win for the Wisconsin Wolfpack over the Fort Wayne Firehawks. Here's Nicole with defensive back Quincy Hudson.
Standing with me, I have Quincy Hudson. We're here at the end of the game between the Fort Wayne Firehawks and the Wisconsin Wolfpack. End of the game was 25-24. Quincy, fourth quarter, you had a great interception, really turned the game around. It was really set the drive for the team to keep going. Tell me, what was your thoughts going through your mind?
Well, I missed the interception earlier, and I was kind of down about that, but my teammates picked me up, told me I'll make the next one, so my chance came, and I seized the opportunity. Basically, I mean, that's all it is timing, basically, too, so.
Well, going into this game, you knew this team was going to be a little bit different of a team than what you're used to. What was your strategy in taking on this team today in the game of playoffs?
Well, we all battling injuries, so it's just all about people coming in, stepping up. And that's what happened. Everybody here had each other back. We fought through injuries, like I said before, and great coaching staff. So they kept us together, basically. So.
All right, well, you had a great game. I wish you luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Dan.
Thank you much, Nicole. Here again with Marcus Lewis on Wolfpack TV. 8 catches, 77 yards, and 2 big touchdowns tonight. More importantly, the Wisconsin Wolfpack move on to the CIFL championship game. Let's just start with that. Have you ever played for a championship before, and is it a great feeling being there again?
You know, the last time I played for a championship was in high school, so, you know, it really feels good to be out here and get there. And, you know, the whole season, you know, it's been a blessing, you know, and just to play with my teammates and, you know, get to the spot where we're at now, it's just a blessing.
Do you feel like you're becoming the go-to target for Matt Schabert? He seems to look for you on almost every play.
Yeah, I mean, we got, you know what I'm saying, Wogelman and Marcus Johnson and me. You know what I'm saying? We all do a great job on the offensive side of the ball. You know, I just do my job in catching the ball and making plays.
Very, very close game tonight. The Firehawks held the lead for much of the first half. Nervous moments for you guys this evening?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell you had a little jitters because we haven't played in a while, a couple weeks, but you know, just coming out the second half, we knew that we had to focus on the fundamentals, and we did that and came out with a win.
Nicole LeBlanc just got done talking with Quincy Hudson, who had that huge interception at the end of the game. Sometimes the offense does it, but tonight, like you've had to do much of the season, you have to give a lot of credit to the D too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talking to the D before the game, I told him that, we're going to need him to win the game. And Quincy Hudson made a big play out there on that fade route, and, we really look for him to make big plays next week. So.
Cincinnati next week. You guys beat the Commandos here a couple weeks ago. Of course, you lost big down there the last time you went down there. What do you expect out of the championship?
The same way we play here at home, just to come out with that same intensity and that same fire, that same drive. And, I know our team can really come out with a championship game. And, I'm just really looking forward to playing Cincinnati because, they're the best team in the league. And, it's our chance to come out here and show them that we're the best.
2 touchdowns tonight for Mr. Marcus Lewis, and now he gets to play for a ring next week in Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you for joining us on Wolfpack TV.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Here with Jordan Kopac following his team's 25-24 win over the Fort Wayne Firehawks to put them in the 2010 CIFL championship. An extra point that brushes the netting on the roof but is called good. Interception late in the game. I know you've been coaching this game for a long time, Jordan, but have you seen many as exciting as this one?
No, I haven't, and I think the reason this game turned out the way it was that both teams were one-dimensional. They couldn't pass or we couldn't run. Our running backs have been gone. They weren't on the team, and we realized we couldn't run, so we had to wait with our running just to the end when we were right down there for a touchdown, so we didn't run all game. They couldn't throw all game, and then finally when they had to throw, he threw an interception. So here's a classic case of 2 one-dimensional teams fighting it out.
Jordan, you look at this game and how back and forth it was, and really you were down much of this contest. We don't have to talk about poise a lot in this level of football because a lot of the time one team is just better than the other, but tonight your team was extremely poised and was able to come from behind for the win. Yeah,
there's no question that our defense probably really set us up for the win. No matter what we did, they stayed right with it. But as you see, we let them get the kickoff to start the game. We'll take it the second half. So I always feel that if the game is tied at half or if they're up 1, if they're up 1 score, the game is tied. If the game is tie itself, we're up 1 because we're getting the ball. So because the first half they're ahead most of the time, that's because they got the ball first, and it's up to us to turn it around.
Last thing, Jordan, you've won more than a few rings in your time. What does it take to win a game like the game that's going to take place next weekend in Cincinnati, a championship contest?
Well, I'll tell you, quite frankly, we're going to have to figure out how we can run a little bit. We're not going to be able to go down there one-dimensional and just try to see if we can pick out their eyes with the ball in the air. And so we'll be scratching our head this week to see how we can do some running.
You're playing for another ring, Jordan, next week in Cincinnati following this 25-24 victory over the Fort Wayne Firehawks. Thank you for joining us on Wolfpack TV.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
So there you have it, a chance for another ring for Jordan Kopac and the first ring for the Wisconsin Wolfpack franchise next week. The championship game will take place in Cincinnati at the Cincinnati Gardens, and it will feature the Wolfpack and the Cincinnati Commandos. Don't forget, the Wolfpack did beat the Commandos in the last regular season game for both teams earlier this year. For everyone involved with Wolfpack TV, including Nicole LeBlanc and Mark Cook behind the camera, I'm Dan Pfeifer.